Yeah, thanks very much. And we are teaching you how you can make a little white spot at home. What are we making after the break, Chuck?
Wild Pacific Salmon Burger.
Oh, and a great recipe and a tip for the butter that you would use for this recipe. Stay with us. You're watching BT. Celebrating 85 years, White Spot now has a cookbook out, so you too can cook like White Spot. Before the break, we saw you cooking the salmon with a very special butter. You have a great tip for making sure you always got great butter on hand.
This is fantastic. In our recipe book, there's garlic butter and there's lemon basil tarragon butter. You whip them up like mad, and then you scoop them into little ice cube trays and freeze them. Oh. This just got pulled out of my freezer at home.
What a great tip.
And we cooked our salmon with it.
Excellent. And beautiful Wild Pacific salmon. You guys use local as much as you can here, which is super important for people. You're a BC company.
Well, I don't know how many hundreds of thousands of BC products we use every year, but it's in the hundreds of thousands of pounds.
Wonderful. Okay, so I'm going to make the butter. What do we have in here?
This is
the sauce.
This is mayonnaise. This is it's a lemon basil aioli.
Okay.
So a little bit of garlic.
A little bit of
lemon.
Wonderful.
A little bit of chopped basil. Just give it a little squeeze.
All right, I've already washed my hands there. Okay.
That's good.
Excellent.
And this is the sauce for the burger.
Wonderful.
How easy is that?
That is super easy, and everyone loves the White Spot mayos. It's just the texture. It's so beautiful. It's
a wonderful consistency. Now you can put lots on both sides of the bun.
And there is a strategy on how you actually layer your condiments onto the bun, right?
The salmon goes good with acidity, right? This is sockeye salmon, so it's quite rich because it eats shrimp, right? That's why it's so pink. So a little bit of acidity, and the basil goes great. Now we're going to add more acidity. We're going to put a bit of lettuce in here so we get some crispness.
Okay.
And then some beautiful BC vine ripened tomatoes. Gives you a tiny bit more acidity right underneath the salmon.
And you really source out a lot of these ingredients.
Well, you know, we go all throughout BC. We meet all the growers. We work with them, and we have them growing stuff just for us.
Wonderful. This is beautiful. I'll let you cut that up. That is gorgeous. This recipe and so much more in the White Spot Cookbook. By the way, we have a White Spot Cookbook to give away, as well as a $50 gift certificate. Drop us an email. contest@btvancouver.ca. Subject, White Spot. Jody and Riaz. Here it is, the Wild Pacific Salmon, or this is sockeye here, but the salmon burger here from the White Spot Cookbook. And you know I got to taste it.
You do.
Yeah, it's a tough gig today.
We're jealous. So we can't
Always delicious.
Can't get the triple O sauce recipe, but can we get the pickle recipe? So delish.
Oh.
But if you don't, Chuck Currie actually is a professional musician. You play saxophone.
Saxophone and clarinet.
And how long have you been playing for, Chuck?
Same time I started cooking, when I was 12. So that's like 5 years now.
Oh yes, 5 years now. And actually, you're celebrating 10 years with White Spot. White Spot celebrating 85 years, and of course, a brand new cookbook out. You're making a risotto right now. What is probably the most stressful thing about risotto for people?
Well, just make sure you have plenty of nice stock and keep adding it until it's nice and creamy.
And you got to be patient, right? So you had a great suggestion for people. Instead of having to stir it for 20 minutes.
It takes about 20 minutes, or you could put 3/4 of the fluid in the rice cooker and then add the rest later on in the pan.
What a great tip. So now we're going to finish off our risotto, because that's a key thing, right?
This just makes it really rich. A little bit more white wine. It's about maybe 80% stock and 20% white wine.
Fantastic.
And
of
see
course,
how creamy and nice that is, but you can still see all the little grains of rice.
It's beautiful. And this recipe, by the way, in the White Spot Cookbook. Now, of course, you've got the sauce that's going to go with it as well.
Now, normally risotto, everything's in the risotto, but what we did was we used risotto as a base, and then we add some really nice, refreshing things on top. This is just some beautiful little Amorosa tomatoes and some pureed tomatoes, some capers, salt, pepper, lemon juice, and prawns, Wild Pacific salmon, and scallops.
You know, and people love the food at White Spot. We've been receiving emails all morning long of people saying, oh, they just love the tradition of the White Spot. And incidentally, this cookbook is not only a cookbook, it is somewhat of a memoir. The number of celebrities, Chuck, that have enjoyed White Spot over the years and really sing the praises.
We've been blessed with people that are great people that have access to the public to tell us how great we are.
How wonderful. Let's finish off our risotto right now. So we're going to plate this.
So I made more than we needed for one person.
Well, that's good, because we've got 10 around here in the back.
It's quite rich, so that's all you need.
All right.
But I think we want all this nice seafood on there.
Oh, we absolutely do.
Now, if you want to make things look really cool, put your prawns over on the left, and you pour like this, and they'll end up on the top.
Oh. See, you too can cook like a White Spot chef. Brand new cookbook out. It's available at White Spot locations. A portion of the proceeds, I should say, are going to Variety, the children's charity. And there it is right there. We've got a giveaway right now. We've also got a gift certificate, $50 for White Spot. Drop us an email, contest@btvancouver.ca. Now, Chuck, here's the thing. The book has a ton of recipes, a ton of great recipes, but the one recipe everyone really wants is the triple O sauce. And you know what? I think that we've fed you enough of this, you're going to tell us, right?
What the heck? The very first ingredient.
No! Why? We waited all morning.